Well, it is a real honour to present this award in a year where the standard has been nothing short of exceptional.
This is insane that I'm doing this!
To an impromptu sing-along. And even a little unexpected wizardry.
Wingardium Leviosa.
The 78th British Academy Film Awards had it all. Glamour, drama, and unforgettable moments we'll be talking about for weeks.
Well, grab your tea and hold on to your pearls because the royal drama has officially jumped from Buckingham Palace straight onto the red carpet. And honey, it's not just a snub, it's a full-blown exile. Prince Harry just got served the royal version of You Can't Sit With Us, and the timing couldn't be more brutal. We're talking about the 2025 BAFTA Awards. Yes, the glitzy, glamorous British equivalent of the Emmys. And guess what? Harry was banned. Not missed, not forgotten, banned. And who pulled the plug on his red carpet comeback? None other than Prince William. The future king himself allegedly made the call that his little brother would not be making a grand entrance this year. That's right. Will took the metaphorical scepter and laid it down like a gavel.
British Academy of Film and Television Arts, you have been summoned to the traitor's turret. All right, but I'm not going to wear one of those drab cloaks, okay?
Oh no. This was cold, calculated, and deliberate. According to sources, the edict came directly from William's inner circle. When Harry found out, reportedly, it wasn't a calm realization. It was an all-out Montecito meltdown. Think shouting matches, wild pacing, and teacups flying across the Sussex living room. The drama was so high you'd think it was an episode of The Crown, except it's real. So why does this matter? Because the BAFTA Awards are more than just television accolades. They're an A-list beacon of British culture, a glam-soaked night where reputations are made and remade, and a huge PR opportunity. In the past, Harry had at least some ties to the space. I mean, he was a royal. Key word was.
A lot of control and ability in my father's hands. Ultimately, this whole thing could be resolved through him.
But this year, nada, no invitation, no appearance. And insiders say it wasn't because of overcrowding or last-minute RSVP mishaps. Nope. The whispers echoing through Buckingham Palace halls say William himself stepped in and made the executive decision to keep Harry out. And let's be honest, can anyone really act shocked? Harry's been tossing grenades at the monarchy for years. From the Oprah sit-down that had the Queen clutching her pearls, to the firebomb of a memoir, Spare, remember the frostbitten nether region story, we're still recovering, to the Netflix docuseries that dragged every royal skeleton out of the closet, Harry hasn't exactly been the picture of family loyalty.
His ad partner is Gretchen Rubin Media, and they generally pay between $25 to $50 per 1,000 downloads.
And of course, fans might call it speaking his truth, but within the palace walls, they call it betrayal. And William, oh, he's had to eat those jabs in silence for years, so maybe this wasn't just pettiness. It might have been William saying enough. Here's how it reportedly went down. Harry showed interest in attending BAFTA. Maybe to network, maybe to float a docu-series pitch. Royal Rebels Behind the Velvet Curtain, anyone? But before Harry could even start polishing his brogues, William caught wind and shut the whole thing down with one no invite, no drama, no Harry, and while BAFTA's PR team might have hoped to keep this quiet, let's be real. This kind of royal drama doesn't stay in the drawing room. Not when the brothers in question once wore matching velvet boxers at royal weddings. The tension? Icy.
What's the point in thinking about someone that you've lost and you're never going to get back again? And I just decided not to talk about it.
But yeah, was anybody talking about it around?
No one was talking about it.
With Prince.
And then came the cherry on top. Harry found out about the snub, not through a courteous letter or even a stiffly worded email, but via industry whispers. People in the entertainment circuit quietly let him know, you're out. That's right, the gossip grapevine got there first.
No. We've got our future king, William.
Harry, he reportedly lost it. Sources say he stormed around their California mansion, venting to Meghan, demanding answers, trying to understand how his own brother could pull such a move. Meghan, always poised, tried to soothe him, but even she was said to be stunned. Because it wasn't just a red carpet rejection, it was personal. This came at a time when Harry had been working overtime to rebrand himself and stay relevant, so getting blacklisted from one of Britain's biggest events by your own brother, oof, that hits deep. Now let's talk strategy. William's not just a figurehead at BAFTA. He's been president since 2010. And while that used to be a symbolic gig, he's taken a more active role lately, especially in protecting the image of the institutions he's tied to. Having Harry show up, that was deemed a liability. Too many cameras, too many headlines, too many questions. This wasn't just about Harry and William. It was about what Harry and Meghan represent now. Unpredictability. One day it's a charity gala, the next it's another lawsuit. The Sussex brand is starting to tire some folks in the UK industry. William, on the other hand, he's the embodiment of stability. And let's not pretend that doesn't count. If he says Harry isn't walking that red carpet, then Harry isn't walking that red carpet. And let's add one more sting to the burn. Just last year, Harry and Meghan were allegedly shopping a documentary series about the inner workings of public events, awards shows, red carpets, prestige, the works. So not only did they not get a green light for their series, they didn't even get invited to the kind of event they wanted to film. The irony? Almost poetic. But Harry, he's reportedly not rolling over. Word is he's plotting a comeback. Strategic interviews, cryptic podcast commentary, maybe even a spare or two Revenge of the Red Carpet edition? Okay, that's speculative, but honestly, would you be shocked?
2. Strictly Come Dancing.
Let's just say this. If the BAFTA snub is any hint of what's coming in 2025 for Harry and Meghan, you better buckle up. The royal roller coaster isn't slowing down, it's speeding toward chaos. While Harry's allegedly pacing in Montecito, possibly hyperventilating into a recycled Whole Foods paper bag, Meghan's scrambling with her crisis PR team. Yup, group chats lit up like Christmas. And across the pond, Prince William is being praised, not just by palace loyalists, but by BAPA insiders, sponsors, even a few Hollywood A-listers who are just sick of being cornered at every premiere with, "So, what do you think of Harry and Meghan?" One insider from the BAFTA planning team allegedly summed it up best. "It's just easier this way. No drama, no distractions." Translation, thank God William grew a spine. Let's talk optics, because they're tragic
time as the Prince of Wales.
And just very quickly, is there any sense that William and Harry talk to each other again?
There's no sense at all.
No.
No. At the moment, again, it would have not made any better by that last BBC interview that he did.
Harry being banned from BAFTA doesn't just bruise the ego, it shatters the Sussex brand. Remember their whole post-royal strategy? That they didn't leave, they just stepped back? That they're still royal, just more modern? Yeah, this puts that spin in the blender. Even American audiences who've largely stood by the couple are raising eyebrows. Social media is buzzing with comments like, "Whoa, what did Harry do this time?" And wait, didn't they leave to escape this kind of rejection and the British tabloids? Oh, they're having a field day. We're talking ruthless headlines like William pulls plug on Harry's BAFTA return, or BAFTA to the spare, no thanks. Painful. But let's be honest, exactly what you'd expect from a press machine built on royal drama. Meanwhile, Meghan's reaction, sources say she was shook. Not because she thought BAFTA was that important, but because this snub confirmed something deeper. Harry's no longer welcome. For someone who spent the last few years trying to rebrand herself as a global humanitarian icon, this is a nightmare. Because no matter how many speeches you give or awards you fund, if the doors stop opening, what are you left with? Vibes and headlines? That's not legacy. But don't think they're fading quietly. Please, reinvention is their middle name. The reality is, the Sussexes used to be a storm of intrigue, mysterious, defiant, glamorous in their rebellion. But lately, magic seems to be fading. The headlines are growing colder. The public curiosity is turning to skepticism, and their once magnetic media pull weakening. Hollywood, especially, isn't known for loyalty. It's known for momentum. And once you're no longer hot, you're basically the person everyone pretends not to see at the after party. And the BAFTA snub? It might be the moment the industry collectively shrugged. Yes, the couple still has influence. Yes, they still have platforms and fans and enough money to build their own palace if they want it. But here's the hard truth. You can't be the royal rebel and still expect royal perks. You can't torch the family tree and then ask for a swing on the royal chandelier. William, in his very quiet, very cold way, just reminded everyone that respect in this space isn't inherited, it's earned. And once you lose it, getting it back takes more than a good speech or a new Netflix pitch. Sometimes it's gone for good. Now, here's where things get even messier, because as harsh as the snub was, it was also Smart. Insiders claim William didn't make the decision out of spite. He did it to protect the integrity of the event. BAFTA was supposed to spotlight British television excellence, not become a sideshow of tabloid tension. And with Harry around, that's exactly what would have happened. Let's be real. If Harry had walked that carpet, the spotlight would have swerved hard. Every camera would have turned. Every red carpet reporter would have ditched interviews with actual nominees just to ask, what do you think about Harry and William's feud? The show would have drowned in royal drama, and William knew it. So instead of letting his family's drama hijack another major moment, William cut it off at the knees. No scene, no chaos, no Harry. And guess what? It worked. But now, let's get into Harry's actual reaction, because this is where things went full soap opera. According to people in the know, when Harry got the news, he didn't just fume, he exploded. This wasn't just hurt feelings. This was full-blown rage. He reportedly saw this BAFTA appearance as a potential olive branch, a subtle signal that maybe, just maybe, things could thaw. That even if he wasn't returning to the fold, he could coexist with it. But instead, the door didn't just stay closed, it was slammed, loudly, publicly. And the worst part, Meghan was already making quiet moves behind the scenes. Her team had allegedly been in early talks with stylists and brands about a possible BAFTA presence, whether in person or via some kind of campaign partnership. Nothing flashy, just enough to stay in the loop so when that snub came down, it wasn't just a PR hiccup. It was a gut punch. Harry, insiders say, went full meltdown mode, raised voices, storming up and down the hall. Some even claim a few items, vases, phones, may have been forcefully rearranged. This wasn't just disappointment, this was heartbreak. And it wasn't just about the BAFTAs. It was what the rejection represented. His own brother, his own blood had drawn the line. The family reunion would not be televised, and that was soul-crushing, because deep down, even after all the interviews, documentaries, and memoirs, somewhere in Harry's heart, he still believed he could walk in both worlds, that he could be a royal rebel and a respected insider, that he could challenge the crown without being entirely cast out from it. But the BAFTA snub shattered that illusion, and Meghan, she wasn't any less upset, but her reaction, calculated, cold, strategic. Sources say she saw William's move as a very public power play, a humiliation tactic meant to signal to the industry that the Sussexes were no longer in. Her team is reportedly re-evaluating everything now, from their UK connections to their media strategy. Word is they're advising a hard pivot, drop the half-in, half-out royal act, go full Americana, embrace the activist identity, focus on causes, not crowns. Because honestly, Britain seems to have made its choice. And if they're not welcome there anymore, what's the point in chasing? But for Harry, that truth hits different, because no matter how much he tries to reinvent himself as a Hollywood creative or global advocate, he's still a prince. And losing that access, that connection, feels like losing a piece of himself. He may have left the firm, but the firm, it just left him. And that hurts in ways no headline, no meme, no PR team can fix. Insiders say he's been reflective, quiet, trying to figure out what this all means for his future. Whether that's more explosive interviews or quietly fading into a lower profile life, nobody knows. But one thing's clear, Harry is at a crossroads. He's not the golden prince anymore. He's not the media darling. He's not the untouchable outsider. He's just floating between worlds, between brands, between identities. And what comes next? That depends on Harry. Will he explode again? Another Oprah-style takedown? Will we see Spare 2 hitting bookstores with a vengeance? Or will he finally do the hardest thing of all? Stay quiet. Let the dust settle. Let the world miss him again. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Does he retreat, reinvent, or go nuclear? Whatever happens next, get ready. Because if we've learned anything, it's that when Harry and Meghan go quiet, something big is brewing. So sit tight, gossip lovers. The next royal chapter, oh, it's gonna be even messier.